Hey you, is this your first time leaving the country? Or maybe you've been out of the country, but this is your first time planning a trip. Or maybe you've done that all before, but it just didn't go that well. Either way, you're in the right place because in this video, I'm going to share my top tips for planning international travel. So stay tuned. All right, so my first and probably most important tip is to go to travel.state.gov and to look at the information page of the country that you're traveling to. Review it all. They have kind of like different safety levels to let you know what type of precaution you need to take there. It talks about the currency. It has real-time alerts of just different things that may be happening in that nation and a lot of other information. One thing that was super important for us and literally saved our trips, actually a Facebook post is what made me realize this, but the passport validity section. I think most of us realize that to leave the country, we need a passport. Now, the expiration date on your passport is not just like a single date where if you travel before that date, you're fine. There's actually a period of time that you need to have left in your expiration date when you go to certain countries. So, for example, for Greece, you need to have 6 months remaining on that passport in order to enter the country. So things like that can literally get you turned away at the airport and send you home in tears. So again, review the details on that page. My second tip is to plan your itinerary in advance. Now, I know that I'm a planner and for me this is fun, but for those of you that aren't quite excited about planning, I really want to try to convince you that having a plan is worthwhile because there are things that will require you to book things in advance. And if you try to book it last minute, you actually miss that opportunity. So think of very popular attractions or sightseeing or tours to where you might not be able to get a booking and you've gone to your dream place, but you haven't been able to have the experience that you wanted to just because you didn't think about this before. So I like to at least just separate it into things that require advanced booking and things that I can probably just figure it out when I'm there. And then that doesn't mean that you don't have free time. You have free time, but you schedule that free time. So there are a lot of factors to think about when planning your itinerary. I'll probably make a second separate video about that. My third tip is to just do research in general. So in planning your itinerary, you've probably Googled things to do in blah, 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 blah. Now, there's also things besides things to do that you want to research. Maybe you need to get a understanding of the lay of the land, the transportation, food, etc. For me, my favorite sources are anecdotal stories from people who have been there or lived there. So I really love TripAdvisor, YouTube, Reddit, those type of reviews. They give me a lot of information to where I don't feel like I'm entering a place blind. Now my last tip, this tip is going to save you, okay? Book a lodging that includes a concierge. So for a lot of places that might mean that Airbnb is out of the window. But I have stayed in an Airbnb in Belize that had a concierge. But that concierge is a lifesaver. So for all those questions that you just need a local to be able to answer, you can't find on Google, I've reached out to my concierge beforehand to get that information. And also, again, they were amazing during the time of this stay. I really don't even know if that's their job, but really I use them as like my local guide. Now, if all of this sounds like a lot and you don't want to plan your own international travel, I'd recommend using a travel agent or going on a cruise or going with a travel group, things where it's all established and you just show up. Now, I haven't used a travel agent yet myself, but I have gone on cruises and gone with travel groups and things like that and loved it. Make sure you check out my travel playlist. There's reviews and other tips related to those things. And also, if you're still deciding between if you should plan your own trip or do, like a travel group, make sure to check out this video.